So my name is Reward Sibanda, and I currently serve as a teaching pastor at Saddleback Church in Orange County in California. I also serve as the senior director for church strategy at World Vision. And man, I am excited because I think we're alive in the greatest time in history. And here's why. For the first time, I'm seeing a generation, right, go back into the roots of the things which are the most sacred to our faith. I'm seeing a new generation, right, still innovative with incredible methods and, right, leveraging tools like technology and AI and all these incredible things, but still wanting to ground themselves in the ancient things like the practices like fasting, like prayer. So for the first time that I know of, there's a convergence of the future and the past, and we get to enjoy that in the present. So if anything is getting me fired up, it is to see what that looks like when given expression through this generation. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Now I want to speak as a pastor because before being a teaching pastor, which is more of a communication role, I was the associate pastor at a church in Dallas called the Upper Room. And the Upper Room has a very unique demographic in that it's mostly Gen Z and the Alpha generation, which essentially are a movement of sorts. And that's because it's a creative space and it gives creative expression. And there's just that generation or that particular demographic is just drawn to that particular thing. And so when that happened, I found that a lot of pastors started reaching out to me and writing emails and calling and be like, hey, let's grab lunch or let's grab coffee. And how can we reach this particular generation? And it was always binary, right? The approach was always binary. It was always like, do we do more fasting and prayer and worship and really hold on to this? Or is it more of those completely abandon those, become more contemporary in our approach and in our bait, if you will? But it's been incredible to be able to speak to them and say, no, what all you need to do for this particular generation is to craft and to create an intersubjective space to where they feel like there's space for the contribution of their gifts. And whenever they feel like there's space in that, then they can bring the knowledge and the know-how of the future because that's really where they live. And then once that happens, when you give them the space, then they will then go, you know what, we're going to give you space to teach us, right, the art of discipleship, the ancient paths, as the Bible says. And so just in that particular space, I've been excited to see that when pastors create an avenue in a space for this next generation, they create an avenue in a space for the older generation to speak into them. And in this intersubjective space, I think we get the fullest expression and model of what the kingdom and the church should look like in this particular time. So it's been a lot of fun.